Three, two, one. What's up, y'all? Welcome to third. Three, two, one. What's up, y'all? Welcome to Third Eye Visions, where we motivate the blind, stimulate your mind, and you know the rest. Anyway, I'm ecstatic because I have two up and coming, two thriving YouTube channel artists, and I wanted to do a collaboration with them. One is Alita. I'm gonna let her introduce herself. I'm quite sure y'all probably remember her, and Britny. And we wanted to do a little collaboration. We're going to be talking about relationships, more specifically 10 behaviors or five, six, however we can come up with during the time of this video. Um, that can cause a relationship to end, or things that you can do to cause a relationship to end. So they have some expertise on relationships. I'm glad to have them because they can give me some insight as well as I can. But it's not all about me, it's all about collaborations and talking and things of that nature. So with that being said, since Britny, since you are the newer one on the streets, I want to have you come on, welcome yourself, and tell everybody a little bit about your channel and what to expect when they do, because I'm going to put it in the description. So go ahead.
Hey, I'm Britany Ambry. I'm from Long Beach, California. And my channel is really just about, well, I do some videos on cooking recipes. It's verbal. I'm not in the kitchen or anything. So you could just listen to the video and follow the steps pretty much. And then the other set of my videos is just like basically motivational videos. I use words as a subject topic to talk about different words, and then I define the words and I talk a little bit about it. The goal of my channel is to really motivate and uplift people to become resilient or stay resilient and have confidence no matter what happens in their life, to never let their struggles or adversities swallow them up. So that's the goal of my channel.
Okay, and what's the name of your channel, Britny? Tell everybody.
Oh, well, really, my channel is just under my name, Britany Ambry. There's a few different Britany Ambrys that pop up, but in the description it says Blind Empowerment, and that's me.
Okay, and spell it for them, please, if you don't mind.
Oh yeah, my name is spelled Brittany. Last name Embry, M as in mother, B as in boy, RY.
Okay, all right, West Coast. Okay, and we're gonna go straight over to the East Coast and talk to Alita, and Alita, give them a little insight into what your channel's all about.
Hey, my name is Alita from Alita's Humble Life. I'm excited to be here today. This is awesome. It's awesome to meet Britny. Spoiler alert, I have a lot of those bad habits in relationships. But yeah, I'm pretty much a lot like Britny. I guess I wanted to just motivate people, empower them, let them know that, it doesn't matter what you're going through and whether you have a disability or not. Anything in life. You can have different challenges in life every day. And let them know and empower them and lift them up and give them encouragement to get through it, because that's what helped me and what helps me. And so I'm so happy to be here. So happy to be here with my brother again, and us collaborate again. So yeah, it's awesome to be here. Thank you again for inviting me, to Anthony.
Okay, well, thanks a lot. I'm glad, as I mentioned, to be here. So, with that being said, you can definitely find some projects that Brittany has done on my channel, Third Eye Visions, as well as Alita's Humble Life. So, let's get to the chase at hand. So, today we're going to talk about relationships, and basically how to keep your man and vice versa, how to keep your woman vice versa. So with that, I want to talk about behaviors and things of the nature that people can do, or people do in the process of within a relationship, that cause a relationship to end and cause a female on from my position to say, look, I don't want to F with you no more. You doing too much and things of that nature. And then from a female's point of view, to basically reciprocate and say the same. So with that being said, Brittany, you've been in several relationships, or one, two, or I don't want to speculate. You've been in a lot of relationships, right? I don't want to put out there.
Relationships, yeah, when I could see, I've been in some, and when I was blind, so I dated blind guys and sighted guys. So yeah.
That's interesting. That's it. And Alita, what about you? How many relationships? How
Woo!
many men you been with?
I'm old, so I got a few under my belt. But yeah, I've been in a few relationships, like relationship. I've been in probably in my lifetime of 45, probably about 7, 8 real relationships.
Oh
Mhm.
wow, you don't sound 45. You must look great.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so well, aside from that, as you can see, she's been around. Well, I'm just playing. But anyway, we're gonna keep it exciting. So I'm gonna let the females sit back and talk and whatnot. Talk about just what as far as Brittany. I'm gonna let you go first, and we'll just keep it in that order. Brittany, then Alita, and then if I have something to say, what is it about relationships? What do you do in relationships to actually make sure your situation straight with your man, and make sure he's satisfied and whatnot? And if you want to keep it rated. PG is cool. If you're going to X rate is cool. Whatever you want to do, but how do you keep your relationship, going in terms of want your man to constantly, do what he does and be with you and stuff like that?
Well, first of all, I do want to say I'm 28 since Alita said her age, though.
Say it
But
again. Say it again.
oh, I said I wanted to say that I'm 28 years old since Alita said to say my age as well.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it depends. Honestly, it depends on the man. I really try to see what the man is interested in, or what kind of female they're looking for, or what they're looking for in a female, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
If it applies to me, then it applies. If it doesn't, then I'm like more on my way out of the relationship, because I don't really want to waste time or get too into it before, because the longer you stay, the more like hard to get out of it. So I like to figure out if we are compatible from the beginning. But really, I think what keeps good relationships healthy is communication. People have a big problem with like talking to their partner about stuff that's difficult to talk about, or things that bother them. They rather talk to their friend about it, and that ruins it. So I think that's one way to keep the relationship healthy. Great communication is big, but also to see if you have things to bond over. Like right now, I'm not in a relationship, but I have this friend, and we both play the drums. So when we're on the phone or together, we're drumming out for, hours. I mean, it's the funnest shit ever. So I think doing things that is like activity based is really big, because people just they think going out to eat and going to the movies is all you need, but you need other stuff. You need activities that you guys relate on.
Okay. All right. That definitely is important. Bonding and finding things that are comparable. Alita, what do you have to say about that?
I'm with you on that, Brittany. Yeah, I think that really finding the compatibility in it all is, it doesn't have to be you going to eat. It doesn't have to be going to the movies. You can't really talk with a mouthful of food, and you can't really talk during the movie because you're going to be interested in that movie. So I agree with you. I think that um quality time, really getting to know that person, speaking, talking about things that you like, you want. But me, I'm gonna be real, y'all. And my brother know that I'm real transparent. So what I do is, I have a real straightforward conversation, like in the beginning, like, and put everything on the table. Like me, that's what I do. So I'll be like, look, so listen, this what it is. This what it's gonna be. These my flaws. And if you don't like it, we ain't gonna be together. You know what I'm saying? Like seriously, literally. And I know that might sound crazy, but I put my flaws out there. Like, this is a problem with me. This is a problem with me, and I have 5 of them. And if you can't deal with those 5 things about me, we're not compatible. We're not gonna work. So literally, I do that to every person that I would date.
And that's
So
interesting.
that's
That's very interesting. And that could be a reason why sometimes relationships do not feel. Brittany, I want to pose you the question. Do you think that that putting your everything out there, and as she mentioned, so the guy can understand exactly if I can deal with that, I want to deal with that, is something that you do, or or are there other things that you do when you first meet someone that you're interested in? Because I find that to be that's a good thing though, and you deal with it or you don't with it. What's your opinion about that?
I think that is a great thing to do. I think that's a great trait. Me personally, I don't really do that. I guess I'm like an observer. I'm like watching you first. I need to see you and your flaws first. I'm like I'm on your ass first. But if I'm liking you, then eventually, I mean, you're going to see my flaws. And then I'm more of a, if it pops up, it pops up. I'm like, hey, this is one of my flaws. Like, you know, but I think it is actually more healthy to put on the table first, because that's a way to see if you're compatible. But like I said, I usually ask the person what they're interested in to see if I'm that person, because I know if I am or if I'm not. So that's how
That's real talk. Real talk.
Yeah, yeah. To be
So
honest, me and my
go ahead.
boyfriend that I'm with now, we've been together like 10 months, but we literally stayed on the phone, and this is no joke. I know y'all probably gonna think I'm lying, but we stayed on the phone 15 hours straight, like not hanging up, not going to sleep,
Mm,
not none of that. And like in that conversation, we got a lot out. Like he was able to like tell me a lot about himself, his
mm,
flaws, the things that you know what I'm saying. Like I told y'all earlier, the spoiler alert. I have like 5 things that I know fuck up relationships, but like I put it out there. Like this is me. You know what I mean? Like if you can't deal with a female that is, you know, jealous. I'm jealous. I'm keeping it 100. I put it on the table. I'm a jealous female. I'm overbearing with my children and the person that I'm with. Like I want to know what's up, what's happening. You know what I'm saying with everybody around me. If you ain't, you know what I mean. Those different things. Like, and I believe in this way. This is what I believe in, and if you don't have no type of faith in you, we ain't got nothing. Like it's over with. Like the conversation over. So
mm.
those are the things that I put on the table. And when he gave me his, like you said, Brittany, let me hear what you have to say. Let me get your understanding. It took 15 hours, but you know, finally I was like, we were both like, okay, so this might, you know, it might work out. And really just really having the conversation on, but we put our flaws and the things that may bother each other out there. So when he started to do things that, oh shit, nigga told he, you know what I'm saying? Like he told me this was gonna happen. So I
Mm.
know.
You
So it will
prepared.
be out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Lay it all on the line and whatnot. So y'all definitely out there. I mean, I think that laying it on the line and just dealing with it and from the giddy up, as my boy used to say, then you know that will create a great deal of uncertainty and everything. So as we segue into to what bothers you or what y'all think may cause relationships to end, what Brittany, what do y'all let's come up with some ideas. What do you think? What has caused or your relationship or maybe your friend's relationship that she's come to you and talked to you about their relationship to end, you know, because their man didn't do such and such. What let's talk about some of those particular things that could cause an end to a relationship, Brittany.
I think one big thing that really ruins relationship is people like putting a blind eye to stuff. Like a lot of people when they're in a relationship and their spouse does something bad or something they don't approve of or something that they're embarrassed of, they just don't talk about it. They act like it didn't happen. They try to just get over it or try to look past it. I mean, that's not good. You know, you one red flag and you ignore it, then there's another red flag and you keep ignoring.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's horrible. Once you see one red flag, you should really be trying to get out. I mean, that's my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So you
Also,
think? Go ahead. Go ahead.
also, I think another thing that ruins relationships is listening to outsiders, like you know, people,
Mm-hmm.
friends, or whatever. And sometimes it be true, but at the end of the day, your instinct or your gut or you have to have your own proof, not someone else. That ruins it because some people be lying or jealous or vindictive or trying to get the man, all types of crazy stuff. So
Okay.
that's that ruins a lot.
Okay. Alita.
I always say, like I said in the, you know, just the initiation of getting to know someone, I always say that trust, money, and lies are 3 things that can destroy a relationship. If you lie to me about anything, like if it's something pop up and I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like you didn't tell me or you lied, you know what I'm saying? It's a problem because you had that chance to tell me. We talked, you know, about we try to put everything out there. And then trust, if I've had trust issues because of past relationships and whatnot, so I've had things dwindle away because I couldn't trust because of my past situations. And money as well. Money will break up relationships, marriages, all type of friendships. Money is literally something that can destroy a relationship in any capacity.
Okay, let me expound just on that. Allow Brittany to expound on that because, as I mentioned, for those who don't know, I'm speaking with Brittany from Britany Ambry. She has a YouTube channel and Alita's Humble Life. We're talking about things that will cause a relationship to end. She mentioned lies. If you, Brittany, if you got in a relationship and a person didn't tell you what was going on or just didn't tell you everything, and then it popped up somewhere down the line, how does it make you feel? Does it piss you off, or you just say, "Well, okay, maybe you forgot, or maybe I excuse you"?
Yeah, lies and the omission of truth, like leaving information out, because people think leaving information out is not a lie. It's a lie. It makes me crazy. I mean, I'm a Gemini, so I have this side where I'm just cool. Then I have another side like I'm crazy. I really do turn crazy. I had a guy in the past, actually two different. They didn't tell me they had children, and then I found out. Oh yeah, I turned crazy.
That's a big one.
I leave
Something
you.
severe like that, yeah.
So I'm a big leaver. I'm quick on leaving. I don't care how long it's been. I'm gone. Yeah. So that's my thing. I'm a big leaver.
Do y'all think, both of y'all, and either one of y'all can answer? Do y'all think the fact that and Lisa pointed out a situation in terms of, I don't know, it was uh you, Brittany, pointing out a situation where here's one of y'all that people get jealous, or they come to you with some wrongful ideas or wrong ideas, things about your man. Do y'all think that happens more so with younger people, like with us, like we're older? Do you think that still applies to people who are older and whatnot? You know what I'm saying? Like, because when you're 19, like, girl, you know what XYZ did, as opposed to somebody that's maybe 30 or 40. So do they do that? Y'all let me know.
Yeah, but that's a good question, because when I was young in high school, it was real big, like telling on the guy or whatever. Like, but once, like, when you're young and you're a female and you try to look out for your friend or your family member and tell them what's going on, and then they kind of turn on you in a sense, or take it negatively, or don't leave the person, you end up just not telling them ever again. Well, that's how I am. I stay out of it. I'm not a part of my friends and family members' relationships. And for the most part, the person knows that they're being cheated on or whatever the case may be. So I don't need time I see them. I mean, you already know. Shit, I stay out of it. Now as an adult, yeah.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I learned that the hard way. I told one of my homegirls and she got mad with me, and I was like, wait, like, why is it my fault? Like, did you know? Like, if you knew, then what? You know what I'm saying? Like, how we investigating together, but I'm the only one that don't know. And like, that's crazy. And then she got mad with me. So I stay out of people's business. Like, that was my best friend for years. And that, got me in trouble with her. Me and her went through it. So I don't care what you got going on. I don't care what happened. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. If I could walk right by him and he with another girl, I'm not telling you nothing because it's none of my business. So yeah, I learned that.
So do y'all think that it's more of a person, like do you think more younger people are more inclined to get into a person's business, or after you get a certain age, like, girl, I see him, but I'm going about my business. Because that I think that younger people more so may want to do it for just being
no, I ain't got no age to it because it's some messy people out here. It don't matter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people that are messy and that don't mind being in your business, or wake up every morning just to be in your business, to tell your business, to come to your house just to so-called see you, you thought came to see you, but really to figure out what you got going on in your house and bring it back to the community. Your whole neighborhood know what you got going on in your house because they messy and they nosy. So no, it doesn't have an age to it. It's the person. It's the person's personality and who they are that brings messages back and information back to different people and trying to break up happy homes and probably miserable people too. Let me add that as well. Messy and miserable people.
Mhm.
Okay, Brittany, great point, Brittany.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think the age matters. I think more so it depends on the person and their experiences with telling their friends or family members in the past.
Mm,
Because if nothing is said to me, like I said, I stay out of it. Now, if I got a friend or a family member is like, "Oh, if you see him with us, tell me," then I'm like, for sure, I'm
yeah,
there. I'm
yeah,
girl, I
before.
seen him. Shit, that's then I'm with it. But
Mm-hmm.
if you don't say
Right.
nothing, I'm out of it. I'm
Okay,
mm-mm.
great point. Okay, so what other things that you think could cause a relationship to end? Like, just because I can think of a whole barrage of things. What other things may come? Hanging out with their boys,
I think
not enough.
when a disconnect comes, like, because people fall out of love and they don't want to accept it or whatever, or sometimes they don't understand why they fell out of love, and they're like
Mm,
they don't want to leave the person, but it's like that's a big one, a disconnect. Like, if you have a disconnect, you should leave. I mean, it may be sad or whatever, but but no one should be unhappy. I mean, but people
okay.
don't be leaving, and that's a problem.
Well, I like what you just said, but I'm opposed to Alita. She said if there's a disconnect. I mean, what about Alita? The time that you invested in terms of the
Yeah, that
months.
don't matter. That don't
How,
that
go
don't
ahead.
that don't like
Joe
to
Go
me
don't.
ahead.
that don't matter. And like I'm transparent. I just went through a whole situation and that was 8.5 years long. So I mean that's time invested. That's what I mean. That's that I put a lot into that. But when it comes to she said a disconnect, but I believe the lack of support, it doesn't matter. Like it's different things that
Hmm.
can end a relationship, lack of support, not feeling loved.
Mm,
You could be with someone that's controlling.
Hmm.
I am possessive. I'm extremely possessive. So that's something that I had to put on the table and say, I'm a possessive female. I know that. So if you can't deal with someone that's possessive, then you may not want to be with me because I am possessive. But there's different things that can have people walk away. It's just what their tolerance is, what their standards are when they come into the
Hmm.
relationship. So I think that you have to be open about what you're able to deal with, what you're willing to deal with, what you're not, and be firm about what you won't deal with. And I think that 9 times out of 10, when a woman is in a
Yeah.
relationship, if she has fell in love with that person, most of the time she'll deal with some of the things that I named because of the love for that person. And I had to look back at what I went through for 8 years and really realize like it wasn't even worth it. Like I should have, not held on for so long and so tightly, and then go
Hmm.
through the turmoil and then at the end of the day be like, man, you just wasted you wasted
yeah.
all that time for what.
All right. Great point, Brittany. I see you were amen in a lot of stuff. So go ahead.
Yeah, I think yeah, what she's saying is true. I don't think the time matters. I mean, it's a risk in taking relationship. People don't look at it like that, but when you're in a relationship, it's a risk because you don't know if you're gonna work out or not. And females, especially that grew up like with parents that didn't really talk about relationships, you always think every boy you date is gonna be your husband. You never know. You just
Mm,
you fall head first. So that's a big thing with females, but I think another thing that really plays a role is like people not accepting someone for who they are or respecting
great
someone for
point.
who they are. Like she was just saying how she's got these ways, possessive, jealous. Okay, it's like if she tells someone that and he's like, okay, yeah, that's cool, and then she's showing those sides, and now he blowing up or he acting like he didn't just hear
Mm,
her say she was X, Y, and Z. That's that's
Right,
wrong because you're not accepting them for who they are. They're not. She didn't say
right.
these things to change for your ass. She said these things for you to
Right.
accept her for who she
That's a
is.
great
Shit.
point.
And
Man, I'm
that
loving this.
happened to me.
Like, listen.
Wait,
I
Let
you,
it
you,
be her saying it
I
again.
dated
Like,
someone
listen.
you said that happened to you, Brittany? Go ahead.
I dated someone actually his name was Anthony too. But I dated this blind guy named Anthony, and I can say his name. And he didn't accept me for who I was. Like he felt like I didn't touch him enough. He felt like I wasn't affectionate enough. He didn't like how I didn't like PDA. Like I don't like all that kissing in public and all that type of shit. I don't do all that. Like that shit's for the for the bedroom, right? For me. But he didn't like
Right.
one time I was at his house and I spent the night and in the morning time I cooked breakfast. I mean I did the whole everything. Like, and he like after a couple hours, he like, damn, you act like you don't even like me. You haven't said one word to me. And I'm like, but I'm right here with you. I guess I have my moments where I'm like, I'm quiet. I don't know. I didn't understand why he felt like I didn't like him when I was around him all the time. I was like, this is crazy. You didn't say nothing to me. How
That's a
you
great
gonna
point. I
blame
had
me? Breakfast.
I had to know how to deal with that situation. And Alita, I'm gonna let you expound on that too, because Brittany brought up some good points about PDA and all kind of other ways of affection. I had to learn how to deal with it because I felt that my mate's supposed to talk to me and things of that nature. But if she's around you, and we're doing the things for you, then that should be enough. You want to expound on something right quick, Alita, before
I'm opposite from her. I'm total opposite. Like I love PDA. I love to be affectionate. I love hugs. I don't care. Like you know what I'm saying. But I think that again, I think that that's a part of, or to be transparent, that's a part of my possessiveness as
Yeah.
well. So that's the person I'm with. When you see me, you see that person, you see how I'm with that person, then you know that we together. You feel what I'm saying? So I guess that's a
Yeah.
good thing and a bad thing. But yeah, I'm affectionate. So I show that to a person and I require the same. You get what I'm saying? Like I can't be with a
Mm-hmm.
person like Brittany. Like Brittany is not affectionate. She don't show PDA. Like if you know what I'm saying, if I
Right.
dated women, or if I
Mm-hmm.
was a guy, whatever, I couldn't because she is opposite from me. But that is the discussion that should be
Right.
had in the beginning. That's what I believe. Like just sit
Mm-hmm.
down. And if Brittany is a non-effect, like don't be touching me in public. Like, I ain't with all that. Don't be rubbing on my face. Don't be trying to kiss me in public. I ain't
Right.
with all that. We didn't have this conversation, so I know what things Brittany like. You know what I'm saying, and what Brittany don't like. So I
so
Yeah.
think it's just a
Yeah.
conversation that needs to be had.
So that brings me to the
Mm-hmm.
intimate situation, and you can keep it rated however you want it. But do y'all feel along with the lack of intimacy, and that includes whatever you do in the bedroom, uh, is a part? Because some guys, what I'm saying, may not want to be like, some people have high sex drive, and if a female, like, but let's see, it's more so on the female side, like they have a high female sex drive, and the guy doesn't. Do y'all think that that is a catalyst to cause relationships to end? And Alita, you can go first this time.
Yes, I do because I have to be compatible even in that sense with you. So I do, but it has to be. I have to have that attraction to you in order for me to have that high sex drive to match yours. You know what I'm saying? Like I have to want you from the gate to have that same sex drive. But if I'm not attracted to you, if um if I don't have the yearning to, then we could be together for years and it could just be once a week. You know what I'm saying? But if I have that attraction to you, it could be 4, 5 times a week. You know what I'm saying? So it just really, to me, it depends on the compatibility in that sense too. And yes, if you don't have that with the person, it can destroy a relationship as well.
Okay, great point, Brittany. Brittany.
Agree
Well, she
with
might be.
Aletha. It depends on. I agree with Aletha. It depends on the person because I'm like Aletha too. I'm neutral as well. Like if we good, we're good. We have sex once, whatever the case may be. As long as we're good, we're good. But and if they do it more and see, cause I'm with you. I should like you enough to want to do it with you as much as you want to do it with me. If I don't believe in with someone that you like, that don't make sense. So
Okay.
it all depends on what the person is willing, you're willing to sacrifice. Like if let's say I did have a high sex drive and then they don't, am I willing to satisfy myself in other ways or whatever the case may be? But me personally, I'm neutral, so it is what it is. It could be high, it could be low. I mean, hey, as long as it's happening, shit.
But in a
Yeah, but
nutshell,
like,
go
I
ahead,
don't
go
know.
ahead.
It's different for me because if I got a man, I shouldn't have to please myself. Like that's what I really believe. I honestly believe that, and that might be some effed up stuff, but honestly, like I don't feel I've got a problem with it. Like I shouldn't have to please myself. Like, I shouldn't have to do anything to myself if I got a man. What you there for? Like you know what I'm saying? Like what am I here for? If you gotta please yourself, that's crazy. Like unless it's that time and I can't put forth the effort. You know what I'm saying? Me, I'm not a no girl. I don't say no. You come to me, you ask me, I'm gonna give it to you because that's what it's supposed to be.
But
But
all
and
right, all
same
right,
vice
all
versa.
right.
I ain't gonna hear nobody tell me no neither. So yeah.
Okay. So for fear of going off into that particular topic, because that can open up a whole can of worms. So to sum this up, Brittany, so do you think
Here
that
you go.
do you think that a lack of that intimacy it can cause a relationship to dissolve? Yes or no?
Yes, I do, definitely.
Okay. So with that being said, we're gonna move on to what about like hanging out with your boys or not giving you the time that you need. Like if you plan if females playing something like a movie night or whatever, and they say, man, I gotta hang, man, I'm about to hang out, man. I'm trying-" You know what I'm saying? Do you all think that that could be a reason or something that could cause a relationship to end? Brittany first, and then Alita.
Me personally, no. Like I'm real big on not having like codependency issues. So I don't think like it's healthy to just me and you and all that. I think you should have your set of friends, and I should have my set of friends, and we should have healthy boundaries as far as hanging out with them and hanging out with each other. But again, I'm more, like I need my space. So I mean, I like alone time too. Shit, I'm
Mm-hmm.
just I'm more of a that's another thing. It depends on the person because some people like to be all up into each other's business all the time, blah blah blah. But some don't. It all depends on who you with, and you got to make sure that y'all compatible on that end because codependency could be a big issue if only one person has it and not the other.
Okay, great
Hmm.
point, Alita.
And again, but I got a feeling we're gonna be real good friends though. But of opposite
Yes.
to her, like I think that I know that I'm the type of person that I'm with a good man. I'm gonna just say that he's a very good guy because we're with each other 24/7. Well, now I'm in the blind school, so I'm gone Monday through Friday. So we having our little, our me time. So it's more where he has that time alone to himself. But when I'm here, and we spend all of our time together. Unless he's at work, I'm at home, whatever the case. He do get his, I guess, a long time, but not really a long time because he be at work. I'm a clinger. I guess I'm clingy. I'm like I said, that's just me. Yeah.
So you
Yep,
brought up a
it
good
depends.
point. So go ahead, Britt.
Oh no, I was just agreeing with her because, like I was saying, it depends, and we are gonna be good friends. I love your personality, but yeah, it depends on the person. Because some
Great
people is
point.
like a clinger, like her, and then some guys like all that. And then some guys don't. It really depends on who you with, and that's a big topic of discussion when you're first dating. Because if you find that out later that the person's a clinger, oh God, it's gonna ruin. Yeah.
So in essence, both of y'all. I mean, is it safe to say about that? Basically depends on that person. If you're a clinger, or if you don't want, if you want some time all the time, or if you don't. So it just basically depends on the person. Is that something that's agreeable?
Yeah, but
Absolutely, yeah.
let me say this though, Anthony. I don't think that not spending time with a person should be a factor in, and unless it is habitual and
Mm,
that person is really not paying attention at all to you,
right.
then
Right.
I think
Right.
that people need to have that. Like she said, they need to have that alone time. and you have to respect that. But as far as it destroying a relationship, I think that having the conversation and being able to talk about it and getting to get it figured out, as long as it's not habitual, I don't think it should destroy a relationship.
Okay, great point.
Yeah.
We're going, Brittany, go ahead. You had anything you want to add to that?
This is making me think of another thing that ruins relationship. The topic of children, like if someone wants them or not.
Oh,
That's a big deal breaker for people. I'm realizing as I
Great
get
point.
older.
I didn't think of that. I didn't think of that. Alita,
Yeah,
you.
because some people don't want kids, and then if the other person does, I mean, either the person will have to sacrifice and just have the children, or you should just break up because you're not gonna be able to give them what they want. Having kids is big to people. It's either it is or it's not, you know. So
Mm. Okay, well, you're young right now. Prior to your business, do you plan to have kids in any point in time, Britt?
no, and I found someone that don't want kids. Thank God.
Okay,
Whew.
cool.
Yeah, because
Okay.
a lot of people do want kids.
All right, Alita, what do you want to say? Do you want to echo? Do you have to? Do you want to
yeah. So my
expound a little bit
sentiments
on that?
exactly, Brittany. I'm 45, baby. I ain't finna have no more children for nobody. I don't care. If you come with baggage, that's fine. I don't got any else. I
Right,
got
right.
one that got one. You hear me? He got one child. I'm good with that. We ain't gonna do
Yeah,
it. Ain't no whole bunch of baby mamas. You know what I'm saying? Got to deal with none of
that's
that.
right.
You know. But me, I'm through having kids. So then I had to tell him in the beginning, like, you want some more kids, like you might want to find you somebody else. This ain't gonna work out because I'm not gonna have
Straight
no
up,
kids.
and you brought up a good point.
Hmm.
Before we close, do y'all think that having extra kids and dealing with that the baby mamas and things like that is something that could be something that
Yes.
causes? Okay, go ahead, or lead you first, and then Brittany.
Yes, that's a
You know,
deal breaker. Like I'm not. If I was still in the, the dating, it, if by the grace of the Most High, it don't happen. But if I get back out in the dating field and I'm not dating anybody with more than two kids, two, and I really my preference is one, but my that's my strong firm hold, two kids, and that's it, and hopefully one baby mom.
Okay, Brittany.
Me personally, usually I don't really care, like, cause I like kids, I just don't want to have them. But I mean, if the guy, it depends on how he interacts with the baby mama. That's my problem. Because people be trying to act like, oh, because the baby mama, they should be able to spend the night over there and all that bullshit. No, if it's not y'all meeting and transferring the kids at McDonald's and all that type of shit, then oh no, I
That's
can't.
cool.
I can't do it. But I could do the whole, you know, you have a child, and if you do have a child, you better be having to ditch me to go be with the child. You better be with that child a lot, because if you're not with the child a lot, that's gonna make me leave. I'm sorry, you gotta take care of that damn baby. Shit,
And I want to
that's the
echo
bottom line.
and I want to echo that. I know I don't want to go to the topic as another one, but I like what you said because if you do have a baby mama, it should be only strictly just for that particular reason, the child's reason, the children's or the young child, whoever, that purpose in terms of being in her life and whatever. A lot of people, and I'm a guy, and will try to make it out to be more than just whatever because there's always going to be a
Hmm.
chemistry there, and you made a good point. So, so
Mhm.
with that, go ahead. Anyone want to say anything before I sum it up? I
Mm-mm,
love.
mm-mm, mm-mm.
Okay. So with that being said, I want you all just to give me three pointers that y'all said that could basically be a catalyst to cause a relationship to end, and we're gonna sum it up and close everything out. So I'm gonna let Alita you go first this time in terms of three things that that you think could cause a relationship to end. Go.
Um, Being set in your ways and thinking that ring, 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 ring. I'm preaching to the choir. Don't be set in your ways in a relationship because that can ruin a relationship. And you have
Hmm.
things have to change. People are different. So you could have been with somebody for some years and then turn around and you meet somebody else and you get in a relationship and you're like, that person didn't have no problem. So I ain't gotta change nothing at all. You know what I mean? Set
Mm,
in your ways and not wanting to change for another person that you have met. um Lies, money, being possessive. Don't be possessive, y'all. Don't do it. It doesn't work. Swear,
okay.
like you know what I mean. Like you have to not be yourself, but you know what I'm saying. Like it's things you have to do in order for that. You have to compromise on a relationship, and so yeah,
Hmm.
those things I believe is deal breakers.
Okay. And Brittany, great point.
Um, I think deal breakers is one is the lies and not being truthful. Um, Also, if you're with someone that has a child and it's not your child, the whole being extra close to the mother or the father of the child, that's a deal breaker, big time.
Yep. Yep.
Also, not being on the same page as far as either wanting kids or not, and the compatibility of affectionate being, if you're not affectionate enough for someone that's really affectionate, that I mean that's not going to work because someone's not going to feel loved at the end of the day. So those are the deal breakers for me.